be anything, as long as it has an effect or an impact on our society, we would focus on it. And for those of you who watched the program last week Wednesday, you bear with me, or you attest that we've been talking about something really sensitive as well as very important. Lots of you reached out and you were raising up the dust about the apostle said a lot favoring the men, or we women, we feel like we cannot really express ourselves anymore because after everything he said, is like he watered down everything we had in our minds. So I was a little bit bothered because I felt like the apostle just said he was just talking in general. So no worries, we are going to come back on that today, like we did promise last week Wednesday. We'll be looking at that topic even deeper this time around. Apostle is going to really spend time to really broaden the scope, expatiate, go detailing whatever you want. He's going to do that today. And this program Focal Point comes up every Wednesdays and Fridays, as from 11 a.m. right up to 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. I was thinking 10. Imagine that. Okay, let's quickly meet our guest for the day, because I'm not all knowing. I get to bring people on the panel every edition, and for this edition, Apostle is back again. Hello.
Hello. Good. It's still morning.
Yeah, good day. How are we doing?
Great, and I hope you too.
No, I'm fine. We thank God. Okay, so Apostle, from the last time that we were here, and based on what we were talking about, has there been any new inspiration?
It's the same thing we are talking about. Nothing has changed. People are still not satisfied, and
yes, they are not. Yes,
we are here. I'm still also here to address the matter, so we touched it from different angles. So if they are still bringing it up, then I guess maybe want some more clarification. So I will also encourage them to send their contributions, their questions, so it gets more interactive. I would love to also get their views so that we can tete-a-tete. I think that's the whole essence of the program.
All right, Apostle, let's just say, give a little summary of what you said last week, and then when you're done, we're going to really want to answer this question, because somebody was asking, is there something in particular that a man has to know about a woman's body? And is there something in particular that a woman has to know about a man's body? So that, like in general, what should I know when I'm approaching this particular opposite sex and stuff like that? But let's start with the summary.
Well, summarily, I've always had a systematic or systemic approach to any problem. Unfortunately, our generation, sometimes we just like to cry foul. We just like to, let me say this, especially for ladies. They don't know it, but most of the times they complain not for solution. They complain because they enjoy complaining.
Okay, and they just need someone to.
That's why a woman is angry.
Take sides.
That's why you see, when a woman is with a man, and she starts maybe complaining about something. If the man stops her along the, maybe the man's already understood where you're going to, stops her and just give the solution, she's mad. Because that's how men are more the logical, and women are more emotional. So because most of the time, that's why you see ladies will just go. They go and be sharing things with their friends, and now that's why that's one of the reasons why they often make the mistake to share things with the wrong people.
Or oversharing too.
Not even about the sharing with the wrong persons, because a lot of times to them it's just about the sharing. But we are looking at, we believe that sharing should come with a solution. You understand? So that's why some of them maybe have been a little bit uncomfortable with the way I approached it. So, but let me put it this way: we have to deal with certain things. Unfortunately, our generation is a generation that does not like process. We like to start here and disappear and appear here. You understand? So when you tell me that there is this problem, we have to systematically look at the probable causes of the problem before we start proffering solutions. If not, we'll just be trimming leaves.
That's true.
To a root or to a stem that must still grow back. So you understand. That's why we took it. Last week, I approached it from an angle that many people they just like the topic. Oh, we're not satisfied, so we should we're not satisfied. Hey, and how do we get satisfied? But the question is, let's look at why you are not even satisfied in the first place. Some reasons why you're not satisfied in the first place. So we get to look at how some of those reasons might be cultural. It might be inexperience. It might be that things have evolved, because we saw that marriage is different from dating. We saw that people who are dating, for example, there are a lot of people who are dating now and they have multiple partners, and one of those partners might just be used for sexual satisfaction.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, in marriage, you will need to have all of that in one.
And one person, exactly.
You get it, so it becomes complicated. That's why you see we have a lot of crime from the side of the homes. Also, some people say women are dying in silence. You understand? Let's start with that. True, but the socio-cultural climate also matters, because you will discover that some of the reasons why that is happening. That's why we have to look at how the lifestyle of the person before marriage. You cannot. Let's call a spade a spade. Sometimes your expectation comes from your past experiences.
Most definitely.
You understand?
Yeah.
So and then we also have misguided expectations where you never counted the cost of marriage. You thought marriage would look like you're dating in the university days. You understand?
Yeah.
Where other factors have come into play. Other factors like what? Financial responsibility, kids, family, and other things. You understand?
Yeah.
Because, for example, stress, like we saw last time, can affect a man's performance. So, and then when you are adding again to the man's stress and still expecting high performance, it's crazy. So these are some realities.
Yeah.
Also now, women also, some of you think that it's only the women, but many men also complain.
Yeah.
With the change of the socio-economic climate, that now women are fighting, financial empowerment, women are doing a lot, women have opportunities, now they are working. Many men also complain that sometimes also men also discover that women also get tired. A woman who is working will also tell you, oh, I beg, I don't tire, let me, and all of those things. So it's a two-way street. Unfortunately, the women are the ones who are louder. It's just like abuse. I always tell people that abuse in relationships, some people always say that, I make bold to say that men are more abused in relationships than women.
Emotionally.
Yes.
Emotionally.
Are you getting it?
That's true.
But unfortunately, we are one. The kind of abuse that we get cannot be seen physically. So, if the police come, you cannot show that this is my emotional abuse that I just received. So it looks like we are not. Secondly, men have a way that they vent themselves that is not the same like running their mouth or trying to explain stories.
Yeah.
A man might not be fine, will go out and meet his friend, and they will not talk about it. But that hangout is helping him out. And all of that. So we were just trying to look at all of these realities, and we saw that before you're making those judgment calls, or before we start proffering practical solutions to people who are already married or some other things, and some people who are not married can start working on themselves now, because it has made some people feel like marriage is that place that whether you like it or not, sex is like ingredients. Are you understand what I'm saying? Sex is like ingredients. You don't cook ingredients and add small rice.
You cook the rice and add the right ingredients. And because sex is ingredients, you have to do it the right way too.
Yes. So we should not make sex like that's the food. Are you getting what I'm trying to say?
I think that's the issue.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
We have capitalized. Is sex necessary? Yes. But that is not the thing. Yes. Does it cement? Does it does it hold? Does it yes, it causes connection, it cements, it beautifies.
Exactly.
It gives taste. But what gives taste is not equals to what, for example, you cannot fry leeks on your, imagine when you go to the market. What is much in the food? What is much in your pot? It cannot be the onion and the green spice and all of that. It helps the food, but you see,
it has its proportion.
It has its proportion.
If you put too much of onions, the food becomes sweet.
Yes.
If you put too much leeks, it becomes something.
Yes. Unfortunately, you can eat empty rice and survive, but you can't eat ingredients and survive.
No, you can't.
So that's the problem.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Apostle, for that. I think that was more than a summary for you and I. This is a lot. It's just a lot for one day, for one session. So we had to bring Apostle again the second time. And that's a question on your screens. What should women and men know about sexual intimacy in marriage? What should they know? What do you need to know at the end of the day that embodies everything? Because if you understand that, like Apostle just said, it's good. It binds us together. It beautifies, but it's not. You understand? If we understand that, then we will now try to bring ourselves to better understand how to be satisfied with what we get. Apostle, you were saying something before we even came here. Said it's idleness that is making.
The thing I want to really, one of our major issues, even as a generation, is majoring in the minor and minoring in the major. You understand? Yes.
Apostle.
It is sad that I'll tell you as a counselor, like I've told you here many times, that more than 95% of the time when you meet a couple or when I'm counseling, and when two people come to me and they say they want to marry, so I ask the question: A, why do you want to marry B? Or B, why do you want to marry A? More than 95%, and I'm being very nice with that number because I don't want to say 98 or 99, but above 95% of the people, their answer is I love him.
Like even I wouldn't know what to answer.
Yes,
that. Like,
the answer is I love him, which is already a wrong answer.
Yeah.
Because that is why, and then that myth that you think that because you love somebody you cannot love another person, that's also another myth.
It's a myth.
It's a myth because God loves all of us.
So you mean you can love everybody?
You have ability to love. So let's be very. Some people be like, oh no. The essence of marriage and sexual. I always tell people that there's purposeful. For example, love is expressed in different ways based on who you are loving. Are you getting me? For example, I love my dad. I love my mom. But the expression of my love for my mom will not get sexual.
Most definitely.
Will not get my love for my daughter will not get sexual.
Yeah.
Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sexual intimacy comes because part of the purpose of marriage is procreation. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
People have to pay for this edition.
Yes. So everything has purpose. Are you getting me? Sex is a stress reliever, procreation, intimacy, and all of that. You get what I'm trying to say? It like they say, even the hormones that are released during sex, it relaxes and all of those things. Yes, that's beautiful. But you see, if the marriage itself is not in order, the sex itself is not enjoyed. So we are trying to be focusing on some things that requires. It's not just one thing. You need to. There's some time for that one to be sweet. You will need to touch a lot of small other things.
Because Apostle, someone made a statement that many people say sexual satisfaction is
it's the ultimate.
No. I'm trying to get to it. No, sexual satisfaction is equals to a good marriage. And then that lady was like, she thinks a good marriage, sexual satisfaction is a result of a good marriage.
Yeah, true. The thing is this. When you start having that kind of philosophy that sexual satisfaction leads to a good marriage, that's the reason why you will not understand why you will give all your 12 to 24 styles that you know wherever you have picked them, and you wonder why he would still go and marry someone else. And take note, he can marry someone else and still come in for that sex.
That's what's baffling.
Yes, because
and many girls, Apostle, you have touched something. Many girls are in this pot of soup.
Yes,
we see it everywhere.
He will come back and tell you, I'm sorry. This is that thing. But it is not enough. Let me tell you, I make bold to tell ladies that any man, you see, they're still running around with boys.
Yes.
They're still running around with boys. A man is not the age. They are 40-year-old boys.
Babies.
Yes. And once a man has not planned to settle down, his priorities are different. Yes. Are you understanding?
One lady said you can change a man's mind. You can make him get serious.
Well, let me tell you, influence is influence. Just because it happened for A does not mean that that's what happened. Just like how a friend can affect another person positively, while another one will affect another negatively.
Exactly.
Are you getting me? You can even go to chase somebody and say the person chase you. So those are relative statements. Those are not some standard statements.
Yes.
You get it?
Yes.
Yes. When the person wants to change is because they choose to, not because you made them. You are not Holy Spirit. Many girls try to become Holy Spirit in people's life. I will change him. I have a principle. Never marry. I always say that what you are seeing. My advice to couples is this, and this is really these are things that people should really pay for.
I'm saying this edition should be paid for because you're getting deeper.
Because I always tell people, I said, when I counsel you and you say you want to marry, I tell the couple, I tell the man, you see this woman you're saying? Say yes. You have to assume that this person will not change. Can you deal? Yes. Can you deal with what you are seeing now all the days of your life? That's the question. Not the one you are planning to, that you are hoping that you get better.
You get, yes.
No. Things can even get worse than better. Are you getting me? Exactly. Because there are other factors, other things will come in that many people were not even prepared for. That is the reason why you need counsel, because we help you to show you the reality of this thing. Before you're saying I do, that's why I tell you that the foundation of our homes and our relationships have nothing to do with something that can last. When the foundation of the relationship is how pointed the breast is, how that foundation will last for how many years?
How pointed it lasts?
Yes. How long? Because if that's the foundation, in the next 1-2 years, you can't find it. The foundation has broken. Yes. Let's be realistic. Yes. So this is the problem. And when we carry all of these things, many people are married to people. Another challenge is, I'm really saying a lot of things. Another challenge is, many people get in and start finding themselves, but when they are married. That means you're trying to look for a purpose, trying to discover self-awareness, self-discovery, but when you're in the house, I start getting into trouble. Because when you start changing and adapting to who you think you are, the man is like, I did not marry this kind of person. Or the woman is like, I did not marry this kind of person. So let's be realistic here. So my point is, when we start building things in the air, all of those, yes, you are just there. You can't stay with somebody and live with that person for 25 years, 30 years, 40 years, grow old with that person just because the person can sex well. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Are you getting me? It's impossible. So how come now those people who are in menopause and all of those things, how are they living?
Like, that's something that has always baffled me. Like, you see a couple at a certain age, like, that thing is no longer a
we have over-exaggerated the power of sex.
We just brought it too high.
Yes, because of like I was mentioning some things here. Our emotional stimuli have been too heightened by what we see in movies, what we hear in songs. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard a song? You hear, now your waist, I want, your low waist. Go down. 34. Yeah, good. Let me ask you a question. You are singing it, and that's a song that girls come and see them dancing in the club. Well, yeah, they're dancing and they're shaking. But these very girls will tell you, stop. That they should that they objectify them.
Yeah.
When a gay person say, "Chai, see that gay in yours,"
34.
Then the girl be like, "Why you objectify me? I'm more than this." You're more than that. How? Are you getting me? That's what you dance to every day in the club. You have never gotten offended at that song. That even that man who is singing, go and see who the artist is actually dating. Is not equal to the vixen.
Yeah, most definitely.
Are you getting me?
They hide their spouse for as long as they can.
Yes, because it is opposite to everything he's singing. You get me? So when he's doing his video, he's showing you the shape. The girl is like this, is tall, is do like that. But in marriage, he knows that that's not what matters. Some people have seen some sponsors already and be like, are you getting the difference? Because all of it, how many times have you heard a song? And the person is like, oh, wonderful girl. See how she can solve mathematics. See her brain. Have you ever heard that kind of song?
Yeah, we've heard that. I'll give you chocolate. chocolate.
You get it. So you are sexualized in every video, in the movie, song. in the song. Look at even how an artist will dress well. Who are the people who are almost naked?
Women.
And then you get on and say they are objectifying us. You have accepted it. That's double standard. Every day you're only struggling to put weave or hair for 90,000. Why? But that same amount, you cannot take that to invest in maybe in your book or in getting a book, in starting up a business. It's a whole thing. We see it every day in Moliko.
God's course in any way you can.
Good. Yeah. We are seeing that every day in Boy and everything. So let's be very realistic. Like I said, all of these things, we must look at it from how you live before the marriage. We must see sex. And the hard part is when we begin to measure on this sex thing, like the thing that can keep. You see, for a man, sex is an enjoyable act, but it's not an emotional thing.
Wow, Apostle, see, let me just give you a clap there, because they were asking what should women and men know about sexual intimacy, and you are hitting the nail on the head.
These are things that you should know. All of it.
Yeah.
I'm answering all of these questions in different ways.
Yes,
so many things.
I know.
What these are the things that the women should know, and these are the things that the men should know. Yeah. Are you understanding me?
Yeah.
Yes. And at the same time, when men also now understand that women are emotional and they need that intimacy, you will now also put in some more thought in pleasuring, in pleasing them. You understand? Because it lingers. There's a lingering feeling of sexual intimacy in women more than men. Once a man ejaculates, he brain no reset.
Start think about a project.
Yes, you get it.
Like this man,
and that's the kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I keep explaining to people that you have to understand that intimacy is a little bit different, and that's why even when we started last time, I said let's first of all draw a line between married and unmarried couples, because most of the people haven't talked about these things. You are talking about sexual intimacy that does not satisfy you, then you are never married. Were you supposed to be? They were supposed to be satisfy you before you get married. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? But let's draw the line, because those two things are even different.
Now, Apostle, you said something of what is lingering more is that women. I think men should understand this, or please.
Yes, I'm going to come to that.
No, please try to.
I'm going to come back. We are going to touch the bedroom
at
the level of the husband and wife.
Yeah.
I'm coming to that. I was trying to highlight something here. Let me land on that, about the fact that I was telling ladies. I was trying to talk about the overhype of sex.
Yeah, it is overhyped.
It's overhyped.
This
is. I know that people everywhere you're hearing sex is so important. Everywhere, and that's why some people be so angry with this.
And have you taken note that even when they want to like hamper on a big personality, it's still this.
Yes.
A politician's nude video will be out, and people will stay on it for years more than the good thing that a politician has ever done.
But that's just
like why do we want to overhype that one?
We are overhyping sex.
Yeah,
so. And that is why I was talking to the ladies that a guy who is ready to settle, right? His brain now goes to default set. I call it factory settings. And priorities change.
Exactly.
Are you understanding me? You will see girls now. Girls now do take away more than guys. As they visit their boyfriend and they let them come and give them food. And you know that time that they were even taking time and cooking, now it's different. They have changed. They say that one, feminism. To them, when you are cooking now for your man, you're
giving wifey quality.
You are suffering.
Yeah.
You are suffering. I'm not meant for the kitchen. And they will see them holding phones, and then they are ordering. And they're coming to give food. Are you getting me? The man is enjoying it. He doesn't have any problem, because after that you eat and you have enough energy and give him his sex. But the day he will sit down and wants to marry, you see that attitude that he was overlooking, he will not overlook it.
Like some ladies buy water. The man is the one who goes and carries water for them. They wash. Sometimes the man even helps to wash the clothes. And the man it's like, my boyfriend loves me. And then 2 weeks after you hear he's married to Suzanne.
Yes.
Like, all this stuff he showed me.
All this thing that these people are telling you, forget this social media thing. So I tell you, don't cook for your man. Some are texting that, writing that, don't cook for your wife in the kitchen. In the kitchen, they boil meat made done. Right?
So my being pounding at you.
So the thing is, there's a reality on ground. I always I laugh when women are fighting. How did we get to the point that I saw on social media we're arguing, where a girl is asking that I've served my man food, should I come back and remove the plate? Like, yeah, the kind of argument. I mean, we've got to that level that we are arguing whether, and some people say come on that you be his slave, you be husband, he hand on court. You know,
I don't understand.
Yeah, that is how low we have got.
When you serve your husband food, And you're asking if you should go remove. Who should remove the plate? His mother.
No, that's how low we have got. Because according to you, your right, your freedom, you are more feminine. Or I don't know how to put it. You know, let me tell you the simple truth.
No, that's not feminism. That's stupid.
Women don't know that their joy comes but in submission.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
Exactly.
Their joy, their. That's why a wife. Can I define what a wife is?
You defined it the last time, and I put it on my son, and someone almost killed me.
Yes. A wife is not a woman who is ready for marriage.
Yeah.
As in, because property ready for marriage means age, you can cook. No. A wife is a woman who has chosen and is willing and is ready to submit to a man. That's a wife. He that finds a wife finds a good. Why do you think it's very difficult to find it? When we have a lot of women who have a lot of characteristics and a lot of things. Are you getting what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Are you hearing me? Because submission is a thing to that man. That means you are submitting. The woman is ready to submit to a vision, to express himself and fulfill his purpose through helping another man fulfill his. That's the difference. So when we start making a big deal about this is the thing that matters. Because at the end of the day, why do you think of recent there's a new slang that has come on that what are you bringing to the table? Have men, don't you I've not asked yourself, some people like what, and girls now have taken it as emotional blackmail. I'm not bringing anything, why are you asking me? And then they get it. The bond what the bond is what they bring to the table. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Are you normal? The reason I told somebody, I said the reason that question came up, men have never asked that question before. The traditional men did not ask what women are bringing to the table. It's because women are making demands yet not working on themselves. I want a man who can do this, who has had this, who is doing this, who is like this, who has got this, and who are you? I have a question I always ask. I ask this and I ask that every on Valentine's Day or whatever. I ask, I said, are you your spec?
Yeah, you really your spec. True.
So all these things that you have put down as this is the kind of man you want, if that man comes, are you sure you are the kind of person he will want?
Yeah.
That's where the problem comes. So let's be very practical about this sex thing. If sex is approached as a practical thing, needful, important, but not overhyped, know that there are other things also that needs a balance in the home for it to be enjoyable. Are you getting me? For example, you wake up, you are not talking to your man, right? You don't call shit before you go out. Then you get stay back home and you get honey. And to you, when he comes back, he should just come and become now the lover boy overnight.
And some women use the sex as punishment.
Yes.
Like if you get them angry or you don't buy them the bag or the hair.
Some actually bargain and ask for money. Yes, you go give me this. Bargain, you go give me 25 times tomorrow. So, how is it? So we're going to look at all of it, because I always tell people, one of the practical things I tell people when I cover counseling, and I'm telling this for free, I tell them, make a rule that no matter what you're angry, it should not affect your sex life. Move quarter after. Move if somebody wants to do, move for do now, quarter after. So
let's go the doing.
Yes.
Then we go the quarreling way.
Yes. So I just wanted to start from that aspect of let's put sex in its place.
Okay, Apostle, let me ask you this question, because you were talking about the fact that the wife is someone who is ready to submit.
Yes.
To a purpose, to someone else's mission and vision. Can we say it is because so many women don't even know their own purpose and cannot even identify the man's purpose, and that's why they're trying to bring in sex to fill in that gap?
Yes, the truth is, like I said, let me go back to a statement I made. I said, if you notice, men had never been asking, what do you bring to the table?
Exactly.
Are you getting me? That's because typically, let's assume, I watch a video and I'm using the man's words. Let's assume you had an accident, God forbid.
Yeah.
And that place down there got blocked. Most of that place down there, they walk again.
Yeah.
What will you really be doing in a marriage? How many girls will still be important, necessary, needful to their home, apart from sex?
Apostle, you know that there are some men that have gone diabolical. The man wants to use the other side.
No, my point is just that most women think that the most important thing in a man's life is sex.
And that's the only thing they bring.
That's the thing. And I keep telling people that now, that's what, of recent, you can now realize, I keep telling ladies, sex is the cheapest thing I can have. Especially if I am financially fine.
Bam, you said it all.
I don't need anything. There are ladies that they don't know. Even if I have a ring in my finger, 2 rings safe.
They are blind, they are color blind, they won't see it.
No. Only in Monaco, with your car, you can change the direction. If the person is going up, you can tell the person to go down. This is the reality of life. Sex is the cheapest thing to have. So when and that's why women now have started losing bargaining power.
Maybe that's why we see many more women fighting on social media over
It's
man.
crazy, yes. Because that's all you think. Oh, yes, a man can keep coming. He likes that men they enjoy whatever. Oh, that girl is good. But you see, when it comes to being with somebody all the days of your life, that's not enough.
Yeah.
Should you please your partner? Yes. One of your responsibility is even biblical. One of your responsibilities. In fact, Paul said that a woman who is married has responsibility both to God and the husband. That's one of the reasons why you see even Paul avoided marriage. Jesus did not. Are you getting me? Because it's a kind of focus. That means that women don't understand how much power it means. That's the reason why I keep telling a woman, you cannot submit to somebody that you don't know his head. Because a man can literally crush your life, your dream, and your purpose, and it's within his right.
Wow.
Yes. That's why I tell a woman, I tell my children, I said, I will teach you and help you to choose. But know this, the day you choose, I told somebody, I said, if your husband starts beating you and you come in the night, Daddy, oh, they are beating me, and you have to come to my house, I will refuse. If they beat you, I face it, they will kill you, and you come to my house, I will leave you outside and I will film you. Before tomorrow, they can say, and early in the morning, I'm taking you back to the house. You go finish your fufu where you cook them.
You made that choice.
Yes.
You made that choice.
You cannot be walking around and emotionally blackmailing us for a choice you made. Are we the one ready for you? Somebody asked me, I said, the sorry man, where did you suffer for marriage? They're like, how? I said, because when I'm talking out like this, that you're not yet married, you are ignoring me. You think you know. Over Sabi, where you don't bad now. Oh,
you're smart. You're smart. You're smart.
As you over know.
Yeah.
Finish your fufu.
Enjoy it.
I can help you. But let's be practical. You cannot come and say, oh, you're not feeling as I'm suffering. It's your choice. Marriage is a choice. That time when people were forced into marriage is gone.
Yeah.
So let's put everything in its place. And that's why we need to know about these intimacy issues.
Wow. Apostle, let's take a few of our contributions. What should women and men know about sexual intimacy in marriage? This one says, whether there's disagreement or not, do not deprive your partner. Men should study their women sexually and at least make her to have orgasm from time to time, which is exactly what I was about coming to Apostle before we actually had some sort of in fact you had to go on. Most men in marriage get to orgasm before women and they don't know what to do. I think this is a big part of the whole thing. He says 70% of married women don't know about orgasm. I don't know what's happening. Women should also know that daily stress can make a man to underperform some days. So don't shame him but support him. Okay, we thank you very much for that contribution. Okay, sexual intimacy should not be used as a tool of resolving issues. This is coming from Pastor Evelyn. The first one is from Dr. Ebesto. Thank you very much. Pastor Evelyn is saying sexual intimacy should not be used to solve issues.
Okay.
Okay. Then this other one says, good morning to you, Mano. Both must have to. Sorry, both must.
I think we should be commenting on some of this because we can lose.
Okay, we can forget. Okay, let me go back to Pastor Evelyn.
Let's start with that orgasm thing.
Okay, the orgasm.
Because I would like to. Yes, people's contribution also guides us on
what to say.
All
right, this one says men should study their women sexually and at least make her to have orgasm from time to time, because 70% of married women don't know about orgasm.
Yes, it's a general rule that's why I talked last time. I told you about. I said most men are selfish and impatient. They are selfish and impatient, and this happens because the physiology and psychology of a man is different from a woman. Unfortunately, by the time you are finishing, that's when most women are starting. Are you understanding me? To a man, the peak of the sexual satisfaction is ejaculation, which can happen even 5 minutes after his penetration, just depending on how excited he is and other stress factor and other things. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? When the man is truly excited, 5-10 minutes he's done. But now, if there was not enough foreplay for a woman, by the time you are concluding like that, might be when she just began to really get wet and began to enjoy it. So you are leaving her when she was about to really start enjoying it. These are realities. Are you getting me? So, and then coming to women also are different. There are women that might not take up to 5 minutes and they are there. Are you getting me? They are there. There are women that it's difficult. It takes longer. There are women that you might have to do some work for 30
Maybe
minutes.
Because the women themselves don't even know themselves.
Exactly.
And okay, Apostle, don't say I'm cutting you short. There was this post that one lady was encouraging women to try to know themselves through masturbation.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about that later. I would never advise people to go the masturbation road.
Okay.
It's like advising people to use porn.
Yeah, because that's what some people do to...
Yeah, that is like advising.
To learn and do all of that.
The major challenge with masturbation and porn is it's addictive. And when you fall in love with yourself and have that self-satisfaction which you cannot get somewhere else, you will discover after a while you might just not want someone else. And that's the reason why all these dildos, all of these things start coming to play. And after a while, are you understanding me? You start just playing with yourself. You start looking at, oh, this person is not satisfying me. Right? These are the tendencies that make even some ladies become lesbians. They're like, a girl better understands my body. And for they start. And then they start touching each other and all of that. Are you getting me? So I will never, I think masturbation is another topic that should be treated on its own. Okay. Yeah.
So Apostle, you are just telling yourself that you need to come back here to talk about something.
Let's come back. Let's come back to our topic. So try to know yourself in the sense that it's not about knowing. Look, know yourself is not that complicated. Are you getting me? And somebody will be like, if you have no idea about sex, you see, sex is something that there's no learning there. There's people don't make it as if you must test sex outside marriage to be able to enjoy it before marriage. That's not true. Let's debunk that, because there are people that in their first 2-3 experiences of sex, yes, it might have been painful. Most of the time, their psychological non-readiness in sex also comes because subconsciously, if you come from a religious background, subconsciously something is telling you are sinning.
Yeah.
It affects you. Guilt can affect sexual pleasure.
Yeah. Okay.
That's one of the reasons why some men also. One reason why some men might not also have ability to satisfy their wife, especially when they are guilty, it can affect even their erection. There's guilt. There is stress. You understand? Mindset. You get me? That's why even girls, that painful struggle, even during this, all of that comes because they are not also prepared psychologically. Your body was designed in such a way that if you are actually stirred up and excited, you get wet and prepared. Of course. Are you getting me? Yeah. So I think this orgasm part is a very important thing, because I was talking with one mama and she told me that she has been married for 30 something years, and she can say that she does not know what orgasm is.
30 something years.
Yes. So I'll address that in just 2-3 ways because of time. Yeah. One.
No, you have got all the time.
Yes.
Today. You're not sharing the time with nobody.
One. The word orgasm has also been overhyped. That when people mention orgasm, you start picturing but what a friend described of their feeling. Okay, let me give an example. There was a book I read by Benny Behin, Good Morning, Holy Spirit. Many people have read that book. And that book has stirred a lot of people to desire the Holy Spirit. But unfortunately, many people think they have not encountered or experienced the Holy Spirit because they are struggling to have Benny Hinn's experience.
Exactly.
And not everybody will have it. Are you getting me? So orgasm, and some people, even when they thought they had orgasm, one day they came and discovered that so there was a point, but there was another point. So it's also in degrees. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Yes, some people have finally discovered that, and then some people also, they discovered that when they were getting to orgasm, they became uncontrollable. Sometimes it's people's fears that make them not to get to orgasm. Because some people, to actually get to orgasm, some people can pee.
So we shout the building down.
Are you getting me? Some people, I'm talking about literal pee. So if you know that kind of thing happen, you discover that you would be suppressing it not to misbehave, for example.
Yeah. Yes.
Are you getting me?
That's it.
Some people can wound you. These girls with nails, they can just tear your back and all of that. So it's an animalistic expression. Some people don't want to get to that point. Are you getting me? So these are some reasons.
I see girls trying to look at their phones to keep themselves at bay, but it's not working. Just enjoy it.
So these are some realities. And then since also men, let me come now to the women. Since men, once they are done, they are done. A lot of them, that's why you sit there now. The girl is angry. Say, better never start.
Finish.
Yes. So men have to be very intentional about this. I'm not challenging.
And the men, when you want to talk, they'll say, no,
let me explain something. When a girl also, you have to contribute to get into the orgasm.
Okay, the woman has to participate. Don't just be there like a log of wood.
Not only that, a woman will be there, knows that maybe their ear is sensitive. Leave him there. Are you getting me? A man, some people are.
You want to lead him to your ear, and then he tells him, "No, I don't like to go to the ears."
Now that comes now with the communication factor. That's why I told you that this sexual thing, it cuts across, it goes round. One of the things we must learn to understand, one of the beauties of having a counselor like me before marriage is that I help you figure out these practicalities. There is a day for this, for what we call sexual compatibility. You don't need to have sex to understand to a certain degree the compatibility, because take note, people's sexual preferences has to do a lot with many things. Their background, religious background, culture, exposure.
Yeah.
Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? There, for example, there are people that believe in anal sex. Some don't. It's exposure. Are you getting me? There are still girls that will say, they will say, the man only want carry my mop, I want vomit. And to the man, going down on him is his most sexual satisfaction. Are you getting those kind of realities?
It's not biblical.
And all of those kind of things. You get the point. So these things are contributing. And take note, you are marrying somebody, it's not your sister. You people not grow in the same compound. They came from different backgrounds.
Is it your mother who gave birth to him?
You get it. So experience, background, upbringing, all of these things are affected. So my point, that's why I said at the end of the day, it comes to both of you.
Exactly.
And now, most of the times, sex is a topic that two people are uncomfortable talking about it. We easily do sex, but we don't talk about it.
I don't understand. Like, why are you shy?
No, it's a typical African thing. You cannot, let's not try to make as well.
You want to do, but you don't want to talk.
Yes, that's why you see they will turn off light. Do, that's why they turn on light. For what? Are you getting me? There are couples who cannot do with light. I know couples who are still uncomfortable bathing in front of each other. This is reality. Are you understand what I'm trying to say? So what is the point? The communication, and that's where counselors like I'm able to bring up those uncomfortable questions that, and most of the time when I address this thing, you see the people come behind and keep telling me, thank you. I don't know how to, are you good? Because there are topics
I don't know where to start from.
Yes, a guy is asking himself, how can I begin to explain to this girl that these are the characters I like? Are you understand what I'm trying to say? There are things There are some compromises. There's some things that you come to discover later. You get it? So this orgasm, men have to struggle, and because women genitals are in within, right? I explain to you, a man can just look at a woman undressing and get excited. Women need to talk and touch. They need to hear and they need to touch. So we always encourage in that light, because we have to two questions that we're going
There's a question that just entered again for you.
Yes, so we have to touch that. So let me just run out with this. So this orgasm, like I advised last time, when a man understands, you have to put in a little bit of effort to please and satisfy, knowing that the woman's own system is different from you. You can look at the woman when you're ready, and or you are already, when you're erect, you're ready, but a woman is not. You get it? Then so women also, it might be health issues. They are always dry, so sex is painful. There's some women that actually dread sex because painful. It gives them wounds and all of those things. Get good, be healthy as well. Are you understanding me? Some people cannot explain. Some people, you struggle, you touch it, do all kinds of things. After she can get wet a little bit, after 1-2 minutes, she's died off. So in about 5 minutes, it becomes painful, it becomes stressful, and after that, she's already.
Another question is coming in. I'm supposed to run up and
all of that. So I think the essence is, when they tell men, try to take your women to orgasm, it's a good advice, but it's not an advice that what you are thinking in your mind will be what the man will do. This advice, everybody knows it, but now everybody talking about it is picturing something different based on what they want.
Exactly.
Are you getting what I'm saying?
You.
So the man has to put in effort in what? Understanding the person, but the woman also has to put in effort in communicating, so that both of you communicate. There's a time, I advise men, this is my advice to men, there's a time, forget about you discharging, forget about you trying to please yourself. In fact, you will discover you enjoy sex more. Sex is enjoyed more when each partner is trying not to please themselves, but to please the other person. That's the secret to sex.
Apostle, the first question that came in was there's a post on social media where a woman complained that her husband barged in on her at the office that he needed a quickie, and she was like, this is not the place for it. And after she was like, you're trying to force yourself on me, she screamed, took off her ring. The man took off his ring, and the man did not return home. Many people had a lot of reactions about that. That quickie of a thing. Why will you go to the office?
The first thing is that's not the reason why. If that man removes his ring, that's not the reason.
He was looking for just an avenue.
Let's be very honest. A man will not come to your office, insist on a quickie, and you don't give, and the first instinct is remove his ring. You have just told us a story. You have not told us what is happening in your marriage.
Okay. Apostle, answer this one.
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So if that man did that man is capitalizing on other events plus that one to say, this thing is not working. It can. Are you understanding me? Because the quickie, all of those things are things that come with spontaneity. And when you marry somebody who is crazy, you know it. It's very normal. Yes.
All right. The question to Apostle: how can you say you don't need to have sex to know your sexual compatibility? Please explain.
I've already explained it here. But you just want, you just cannot, you know what, just agree. Say do. No, the things don't worry you. Say how you mean it. No, I've explained it over and over. That compatibility. People have people not been having sex until all the sex we don't get enter. Is it not people who have been having sex that enter marriage and say that they're not satisfied?
It's still them.
Then they're waiting.
What is the problem?
How come with all your experience you are still not satisfied? Can't you say something is wrong? It's not about the sex. It's about the two people who are married. And that's why I advise you, get a counselor. The problem is you just woke up, they go do small thing for your head. You don't already cry. I don't over there. As they carry you, go do small thing for your head. You come back, say, that's it, and that's it. We must get somebody that can take you through a process. Are you getting me? You are talking about this compatibility. Let me tell you, so many men are dying. You have no idea the kind of things men want to do, or the kind of things women want to do. Their fantasies. Part of counseling is getting each other's fantasies. You have to be able to know the kind of things somebody imagines,
craves for.
Yes.
You hear someone say, I'm thinking of sex on the roof.
Good.
On the what?
But these things are hardly spontaneous discussions. Except the man might also be a coach, counselor, or a kind of man. But Two people hardly sit down and say, "We really talk how our sex could be." Are you getting me? So with a good counselor, guidance counselor, I told you, counseling is not us running your marriage.
Yeah.
That's a mistake you make. Some people, pride will not leave them. To them, they think meeting a counselor means you're not man enough. Are you getting me? It's like saying that you go and take your own drug because meeting a doctor means you are not man enough. It doesn't make sense. There are people who are experts who can guide you. Somebody got to me from, is it Turkey? Somebody got to me from Turkey or whatever. So he was like, he wants to marry. So he wants that I should counsel him and the wife. You understand? So when they got to me, I just created a small group. I put, they said the ladies here. So he wanted I should talk with them, and then he will conclude, and then because he was planning to travel, so he wanted I should talk with them. Then he will now conclude with the way the things will go. Then he will travel. He was supposed to travel the next month and come and do something now. Yes. So as they got to me, they joined. I just joined in a group. So I just asked a simple question. I asked the girl a question. I asked the boy a question. I asked the girl a question. I asked the boy a question. By the time I reached the sixth question, the man wrote me in. I said, "Sir, thank you. It's okay. I'll not marry again." Now, he was like, "Thank God, thank you that you revealed this." He was looking at the guest as that's when it dawned on him who he is intending to come and marry. Are you understanding me? And the answers showed that this is not the kind of person I want. But now many people don't have the ability to bring those things out. Except when you are far off. Especially when we think relationship is just about eating, drinking, and having fun. You get it? So good thing relationship is who's are you there?
Or buy you human hair, take you to the best shopping mall,
and all of those kind of things.
Give you money at the end of the month, buy you a car. To them, that's marriage, right?
So we have to be very practical about this thing. So we guide you. Let your pride not eat you. It is very possible for you to be able to understand what this person thinks about sex.
Yes.
The problem is to understand the sexual mentality. Compatibility is just about the mentality.
Okay.
That's what do you think compatibility is? Like, compatibility is not size of penis and size of vagina. Because that's what I think. Actually, support I think compatibility is whether you go enter fine, whether you go fit inside. It's not lock and key. There is no size too small.
It's not lock and key. Yes.
There is no size too small. Let me tell you, there is no size too small that you cannot be satisfied. It just the style you use.
Huh?
Yes.
The style is a problem.
The style is a problem.
Which style now?
There's a style that even the smallest size will still satisfy you. So we'll learn these things. You should come and pay out. Help them.
Apostles.
We are here to help them.
Sexual intimacy should not be used as a tool of resolving issues.
Okay, I would say yes and no.
Yeah.
I don't want to totally agree with this person, but I understand where the person is coming from, and I believe this person is coming from that angle of where it becomes a weapon, where sex is weaponized.
Yeah.
You understand? Where sex is weaponized. I've seen happen a lot of time. A woman, you want to touch it, he say, "Oh, you want to touch me?" That be ask for that 15,000. You be girl. He says, "I beg no. Okay, I will give you. Hey, mama, don't know." All of those kind of things.
So then my blast I ask you the other day. Wait, you will not buy and they want to do. I need to do.
I need do. And all of those kind of things. And there are people who are very, very, very much willing to do.
They won't do it, but just to have the
not even without the money. Yes, it's normal. I know people. I've met people, ladies who tell me, "I don't want anything. I just need your child. I'm not going to. I know call you. You will not even take care. I have enough money to take care. I just want somebody that has sense like you. Come and impregnate me. I know you're married. I'm not doing anything.
There are so many. The Bible said it.
So it's very practical. So are you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think, but at the same time, I would like to say this: sex has a way it resolve issue on your own. The truth is that when people are angry and people do good sex, they think they just die for your heart. You look at the person again and say, "But why do I vex?"
No, after you can be like, "I'm not really over vex, so I just like what to say."
You start explaining the thing.
No, you start explaining your own.
Yes.
You start explaining the.
That's how it is. It is very practical. I remember one time I was quarreling. I was quarreling with madam. So, not really quarreling. Why is it quarreling? Like, you know, there's tension in the house.
Yeah.
So, look at she had been angry about something. So, you know, when they're angry and you know she's that kind of person, she's very respectful. So, you know you don't want to talk anyhow, and you know, plus na pastor, all of those things. So she had actually told me, she had texted me and she was telling me that she was not happy about something that happened. So So and then now that day now, as I was in the room, she's in the parlor. So, you know, you only force for look TV way. So that day we only force for look TV way. Now because you know, go for his house.
You know, I know somebody in this room who can do that. But her mouth, the way I know her mouth, she'll watch that TV and meet it.
Yeah. So I just texted her and said, forget about the editing first. You understand? There are some things that you tell the person, no, leave that one first. That will be solved. Because I also tell you this, remember I told you that 3 major issues, top issues for divorce. First is money, second is intimacy issues.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that so many times people hide behind intimacy issues to escalate other problems. You understand?
Yeah.
The person is vexed, say put the cup for here, look at the cup. If you always move that cup, maybe the person is not happy about sexual intimacy. And unfortunately, sex is like a taboo. I remember many years ago, my mother was trying to give me the talk. You know the talk? Where they're trying to advise your child about. Heaven knows, it was years later that I grew up. I had a big understanding before I realized that was the talk my mother was trying to give me.
I had
no idea. No, the way she was saying it, I had no idea she was talking about sex.
No, our own.
The way she described it.
Pregnant.
No, the way she described it, I never knew she was trying to advise me that I should not have sex. The way she was talking it, and I was taking the advice literal. She was talking to a child. You know, children take things literal. So she was like, "Yeah, my mom. You know this play that people play with their penis and with their." So when she's talking like that, I'm picturing maybe me fondling my penis.
Yeah.
Or I could not picture that. You get it? So it was years later that I realized that my mother was trying to advise me about sex. I was like, oh.
Why is it such a taboo topic?
It's
sex
our
education
culture.
is important.
It's our culture and all of that. Unfortunately, the sexuality of our domain now has come and has also overridden that in such a way that if you don't do sex education with your children, they get so spoiled. I saw a 3-year or a 4-year-old describe an Indian movie, describe a series and say, Mama mia, say that girl can catch that boy now. And I was like, imagine at that age, you can imagine how exposed we are. So there's a lot that needs to be done with sexual education and all of that. So I think that, so I hope I've understood. I was saying that there's a yes and a no for me.
Yeah.
I understand her point. Sex should not be weaponized.
Yeah.
But I think sex has a way that it calms the atmosphere. If two people are really angry and they finish having sex, the tension will go down.
I actually heard in my neighbor explaining something to her friend on phone. She was like, she had tension with her husband. So when the husband came, the husband noticed that. The husband was like, forget that thing, come and give me a kiss. And she, she reluctantly went, though she was angry, and before she knew it, she was in the room. And so when she came out from the room, she said she cannot really remember why
you're really angry. Yeah.
Like the thing was really not.
Especially when it was really good. Don't clear
and you men know how to do it well when
you want to solve an issue.
You know how to come through. So
do as apology.
Yes, and it's like some women. I think many women use it as a weapon because it's like that's the problem. Men do what they need them to do. You understand? The man buys all the chocolates, all the fine things. So maybe that's why they use it as a weapon. This one says, "Good morning to you, Mano. Both must have both must be aware of the sexual capacity of each other." What's sexual capacity?
That the really one that they ask the person whether capacity. Nah, you see, that's the thing I keep saying. This person, the whole essence is just to emphasize that we need to do this thing.
People really want to do
capacity. What is capacity? Let me tell you something. Sex, the same way you discovered your capacity the first time you did, right? There are people that the first time they had sex, they don't even believe in that the first time. That means the way they do it shocked them, say, for the first time. No, it's true. Sex is not, it's instinctive.
Like sucking, like child sucking the breast. Yes, it's just like that.
Who taught the child?
Who taught the child?
Are you getting me? Who taught the child how to suck a breast? Sex is instinctive. You can read all books and you will not do sex well. Are you getting me? And sex is instinctive. So when I talk about this capacity and all of that, it's a little bit, it's funny to me. Are you getting me? Yeah. It's funny to me because when I talk about the intensity, capacity, they're talking about whether the person can do well. I know all of those things. And I said that's a relative term. based on you. Are you getting me? In
yeah.
fact, it's a related term based on you. Are you getting me? Now, another thing that people need to know is that one of the beauties of this sex thing is, even if you don't have experience, you have all your life with that person to create your experiences. As long as you people are communicating and you are enjoying a relationship, you will discover that what you can try new things, new avenues. That's also one of the reasons why some of us also create we also have seminars. I also do seminars and particular events to talk to couples. You understand? To step up, where they can step up their sexual life.
I just keep the fire burning.
Yes, where we create those. In fact, I'm planning to actually create like a resort where these people, where you can at some point you can just bring the person there, meet other couples, and all of those kind of things. You boost it up. You have the opportunity to try new things. So we talk about capacity. I don't get it.
I think there's some couples have never even gone out together.
Yeah,
they don't.
There's a lot to try. Are you getting me? If you are intentional about pleasing your partner, if you tried this, it was not good, you try another one. Don't you say that explorative thing also makes it interesting? Are you understand what I'm saying? That exploration, you can use it for the advantage of the relationship. Rather than saying that you must not be a master in it. People who have been master in it have very kept homes.
Apostle, thank you so much for asking that question, because someone was just mentioning something in relation to my husband says he does no longer enjoy the sex because my vagina is too big. Especially after childbirth. Many women have this issue, and you start finding they're looking for stuff to tighten the vagina, and then some men are like, my wife says my penis is too small. You start finding them getting into penis enlargements and all of that, all in the bid to have sexual satisfaction.
Yes, that's what I said. This happens first by the overhype of sexuality. For example, if you ask a man what is really his problem with Nyash, he will not explain. Now that is your kind of shit. There's nothing there. Are you getting what is that obsession about that? Are you what's that obsession? Like what does it really do?
What does it really do?
What does it really do? It is first. Let's not get into all of that. Are you getting what's the obsession about it? You will discover it's just a stimulation of the times. Are you getting? It's the stimulations of the times. You get it? That sexuality that has been a lot of things. Okay, for example, the same way penis size is, right? It's just the same way of big buttocks. It just looks nice to look at. But girls will tell you, there are girls that will tell you that most of the times large penises instead hurts. It hurts. But the same way people have different vulva sizes, it just how people have different breast sizes, vulva sizes, penis sizes, and all of those things. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? These things also vary. But there is nothing that you're talking about. How does a child's head come out of a vagina? That's to tell you that God made provisions for all of these things. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? How does a child's head come out? Then the body also has its reparative capacity, that even after childbirth, with good nutrition, rest and exercise, it comes back. It might not be as just like how sex itself can open up a vagina.
It does. It
does, right? So the same way a person who was a virgin was, and after having sex recurrently, is different, right? That's the reality of life. And that's why I said one thing that people must learn is adaptability.
So men don't want to accept the fact that this woman has had 3 kids for you. They are still looking for that woman they married who never had a child.
It comes to my original statement. When sex becomes the pivot,
overhyped. It's too high.
When it has been overhyped. So you must understand those dynamics. Adaptability. And now adaptability also comes from the woman. There was a way you were smelling nice, feeling fresh. As picking on come, as you don't to waste skin now. They enter house now, ask madam, say, you're picking the house. They're asking your wife, your son is in the house. Where they're talking about you. She has gotten old. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Some people cannot exercise. There was an effort girls put on looking attractive to their man. that along the line, responsibility and a lot of other things can just make you you throw yourself. So these are some intentionalities. Even the man, like we mentioned the last time, that when you come to the house, at least freshen up also. Don't just, the way you look can also entice or kill the sexual atmosphere. These are the practical things. These are the intentionality we're talking about, putting into it to make sure. Then when people are already in the house, like when you have children and people in the house, you can create a system where once, even in 2 months, go out of the house. Take your wife to a hotel. Take your wife to another place. Because the truth is that there are some homes that you did whisper for year for day.
You say this to some men, and expenditure, and they go hotel now with his stone, they always complain about money.
Yes, but the woman also must. That's why I not say every day, every week.
I said every 2 months. Even at that, some men will still complain.
No,
so maybe don't even like okay, Apostle, sorry for bringing you in, but we all can attest that you know how to celebrate your anniversary. It's like a tradition that you've put forth. You celebrate your anniversary. You probably take your wife out. So there's some men that don't even know when they got married. Like, I think for October where I married the woman. Like they are so unintentional about keeping the flame burning. Like they want that flame to burn. Like, how do you want
that?
That is
why I said there's a communication and you see, even God in the Bible, in the Old Testament, God divorced Israel. God who hates divorce. He said, I divorce you, Israel. Are you understanding me?
Thank you for saying this. So that let those over-religious people hear. God divorced Israel.
Why? Because it takes two to make a relationship work.
Thank you.
So the intentionality must be from both parties. You understand? And communication also must be both ways. My point is this. When you see that the man, whether you like it or not, men think differently. Are you getting me? A man can forget your birthday. It does not mean he does not love you. I'm saying this openly on air.
Don't try to.
Yes. No, I'm telling you. Because even me, I can forget. Mine. A man, because of their business, I'm talking about the way they operate. But a woman will be keeping it in her heart. You know all the day. You know the day where you meet her, the first day we come, they close everybody where they want to meet up, and all of those things. It's just the way the women are wired. So, if you think it's a really big deal for you, right? Make a move. Make a move. Plan for you. This man is not serious. Make a move. You to start keep your 500 or 1,000. Me reach 10,000.
I think that's where we the women are like.
Yes.
But we don't want to use our money. We want the man to think about it. Use his money and plan. We just have to appear looking nice.
If you overlike it, plan for it. Show an example. And trust me, if you do that, it will change a lot. Are you getting me? You have a whole year to plan for it. If it's 500, be keeping it. 25,000, get a good hotel. 20,000, get a good hotel. You can order food. With 50,000 you can do something good for both of you, which is something that a woman also can do. Why must it be the man? This man also, when the man is saying like that money, he's also thinking about a lot of other things, bills and everything. So, but since you love that recreation, be intentional about it also. When I used to hold programs, love seminars and love and relationship programs, and their tickets, sometimes I'll ask them, how many girls here bought tickets? It's usually most of the time, it's usually my children, because the way I've raised them. You will discover that even the girls who attend is because they bought them a ticket. You get it? So that's the one reason why even when we're teaching like this, they cannot learn. There's a way your heart, where you have not sacrificed, there's a way your heart does not take what is being said serious.
That's true. That's true.
Are you getting me? I have a principle. Any money you have not used to invest in yourself, you are not qualified to receive as a gift. Are you getting me? If you have not used 10,000 to invest yourself, to buy book, attend seminar, do this, stop walking around asking for 10K. You are unqualified for it. Just any money that your dad has not given you, you should not expect it from a man. Don't.
Because are you using the Isaiah on you?
That's
This person says sex should be consummated or should be practiced extremely in marriage except the unhealthy condition of either of the partners. I don't know what the extremely means.
I've not understood.
This other one says you must satisfy your partner to the fullest, at least 3 orgasms a day. It's good for the heart.
That's really an organism. 3 orgasms a day. my chop no.
Apostle said he wanted questions today. You wanted people to come forward. They are coming forward.
People should stop saying these are kind of things that they say on social media and cause people. Some man go here and so you hear.
So people say you have to have sexual intercourse with your wife at least, in fact, every day. Like sexual intercourse in marriage should be every day.
First, when you see people do that, no, these are people who they carry iron. That all want to work on and carry iron.
See the demonstration. See what he's doing.
Yes.
Like how do we do that every day?
That's why I told you that. Listen, this misguided expectation. Check people who made that kind of statement are not married.
Actually, the person is not married.
I don't need I don't need.
Because when you query me, I'm
jobless. He said, and the person is also jobless.
Okay, the person is also
jobless. Yes. Look.
So the sexual intercourse is the job now for the person.
What? That's madness. That's why I'm saying that. That's why I had to address this from the core.
Yeah.
That misguided expectations. The Bible says that hope deferred makes the heart sick.
Yeah.
So misguided expectations affects your feelings. Mm-hmm. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? How can you be saying that you should try to get orgasm to a woman? Do you know how difficult it is to get a woman to an orgasm? To just get her once? Before you talk of 3 times. Wonderful thing.
Apostle is amazed. Something has finally shown
that one is really an organism. So I think let's be realistic. These are the things that people say. One of the benefits of having a counselor, and a good one like me, is that we tell you the reality. Most people, everything they know about relationship is social media.
Yeah, or movies and songs.
And Philippine movies. And season this thing of brothers and Indian film, Nehi, all of those kind of things. That is not reality.
Somebody, what?
It's not reality. Are you getting me?
Yes. When
you will marry, you will understand that there are other things keeping a marriage together. That's why I told you that sex will become a beautifier, an ingredient. But it's not the thing that will be done. That's not the work. Unfortunately, the average young girl is getting married. That's why I said, those of you who like to marry because there is school, don't forget the dresses in the camp. Are you understanding me? So if the COVID dinner, so if I get my master, so you make a decision to marry because of temperature.
And temperature likes to change. Even in the rainy season, the temperature can just change.
It's crazy. Are you getting it? And these are the philosophies you take that forms your choices. And then when it does not work, show me which of our young celebrity married and stayed up to 3 years in this country. The only person who has stayed is Daphne. And just as the more they stay, the more music they go.
Yeah, you have to. For one thing to be successful, another thing has to be sacrificed.
You get it.
I get you.
We have seen a lot of breakup. The people that say that they will live forever, and all of those things, they are gone.
No, I'm not calling that name.
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Let's be practical. It's public, and we know these things. So let's be real. It's not every day, but sex is a beautifier. It's even as a woman, you would. The truth is that even you as a woman, your body gets excited at particular times in the morning.
Yeah, especially women are very hormonal.
When you are ovulating.
Yeah.
Because
before our periods and after our periods, women have a very exciting body. And then immediately after ovulation, you come, the shooting will go.
Sometimes they're like,
they will beat you. Yeah, like women have that. They have before their period and after their period. I think myself, I'm shook to my system like 3.
No, it's just that's the kind of careless statements that we make, and then somebody will take it because it's on TV and take it like scripture.
Yeah, and they will say, "I once watched an apostle."
Yeah, that's why we're very careful with what we communicate.
Yeah.
This is social media, and that's why some people have asked questions. A lot of time I've been on TV, and somebody asks a question, and I tell them that this is not the answer to this question is not black or white.
Yeah.
There are other questions I must ask you personally before I can give a direct answer to that. So there are things that while you watch this, there are things that you can only meet me after to get the right answer. If not, there are things that are not black or white. For example, somebody asked me, if my parents don't want me to marry, should I go ahead or not? The answer is not should I go ahead, neither is it or not.
Yeah.
There are conditions in which if I see it, I can tell you, go ahead. There are also conditions that will tell you, wait. get parental consent. So we must address some of the things. So it's not that. So when you get that question, life is not only yes or no.
It's just like someone would say, my papa said I should marry this person. Should I? Like, at the end of the day, Apostle has said everything. Ladies and gentlemen, time was really not our friend. We usually sit here and we are begging for time to pass, but today the time just went by very quickly. I hope you all have picked up a thing or two. One thing I have picked up dearly from everything Apostle has been saying from last Wednesday and this Wednesday: misguided expectations. Our generation is overhyped sexual intercourse, and like he said, sex is so cheap right now. As we're talking, go down the streets of Moloko where you hear one soundtrack somewhere, and there's this song, I like your soundtrack or whatsoever. The things we actually listen to are horrible. Back in the day, you listen to a song and you feel this, your heart pounding. Like,
let me ask you a question. What does it mean of make me wet, make me what, make me sweat, make me?
Oh, this song that water.
Okay, the name of the song is water.
What I've actually, it's not really a song I liked. I've never really liked the song,
and it became a whole trend.
It is a
trend. Until people are even dancing to it.
It's on TikTok.
Okay.
It must be on TikTok.
And
they call her the Gen Z body.
So what is making you sweat? That's a life. That's the life people picture in marriage. That way you go into marriage. Now that's the work.
The man should be making you sweat.
Yes, that's the
make
work.
you water.
Yes.
You water gardens there. People start watering gardens in marriages. Well, like I said, Apostle, what I picked dearly was these misguided expectations and all. So, Apostle, I'm sure you were not expecting this. Are you holding any counseling session? When are your counseling sessions?
No. It's my counseling is not the only thing I do. I'm a pastor. I'm a writer.
Yeah.
I run a foundation. I am a consultant. I consult with companies and individuals. That's corporate consulting and personal. So I really don't have like some very fixed schedules. Like, for example, prayers and counseling, most of the times at the level of the church, is usually done on my service days. When you come Wednesdays and Sundays, usually after the service, I see you and all of that. Because until I book a schedule with you within the week, I have a lot of other things. So Tuesday, I might be in Douala. I'm on air personality. I might also be on other station. I might be here. I might be there. I have time. I have to prepare, write, and all of that. So the best thing is to get the contact. People call, and then you can book a session for counseling, prayers, coaching, even business and corporate. So all of those things.
Because last week Wednesday you said something which was very important. Somebody did say the same thing. I'm sure that person already knows you, so I didn't have to give you your contact. A neutral person for counseling is more than important. Someone who has no link with none of your family members. You know that the person has no emotional bias, no nothing. Yeah.
Yes, the person has no stake in your relationship.
Exactly.
So the person has no bias.
No, nothing.
Yes, so there's no reason why I will be giving you this advice because I want you to break up or because I favor this person.
Well, you have a son that could marry the girl, so
good,
you know.
all of that.
So Apostle gave his number last time, but he is going to give his number now and his social media handle. Someone was asking about that.
Okay, well, you can contact me. My name on Facebook is Left for Divine. That's my interactive Facebook account.
Okay.
Yes, Left for Divine. You can contact there. You can contact me on 675528266. I repeat, 675528266. So if you counseling, you need we work with people at the level of dating, courtship, marriage, whatever might be the challenge. There is nothing that is beyond repairs if both parties are intentional and are willing. A lot of things can change because sometimes you just need adaptability, sometimes you just need the right counsel, sometimes you just need to know the way out. It might not be easy all the time, but when people mean business, it comes, and I think we will help a lot of people at all stages of life. So it will be my pleasure to hear from you. I always advise write on WhatsApp most preferably because sometimes it's difficult to get me on call, but use that contact and you can send a message and you will get more. Even to know more about our services and our programs and all of that are coming up. Because even this February, we'll definitely have a love feast that is coming up. The dates are still to be announced.
What's better than having a young counselor who understands the times that have passed, knows about what's trendy and everything that is just going wrong? Sometimes when we are sorting out a counselor, that's one of the first things. Like, I've actually gone on social media. I do social studies, and one of the things that you have to look or check on when you are looking for a counselor is making sure the person is up to date. You don't want to go meet somebody like you like someone will say, no, you need to meet someone who's been married for 50 years. Remember, that person got married at a time that is quite different from the time now that you are about to get married. And I think Apostle Lefford Divine kind of fits himself. Like, he's kind of way older than his age when it comes to his brain. And being someone who is young, it means he's got a lot of expertise to help you in your relationship. We've got many people out there. We've got you who is watching us right now. Probably you're a young woman or a lady. You're older than the person who wants to marry you. And many people are discouraging you, oh, don't marry him because you get older than him and you will not be able to satisfy him sexually. He's going to go out. These are some concerns.
Yeah. I just want to say that because somebody might be watching and say, oh, this young man does even know what he's doing. Well, just so you know, let me just say it. I have 9 years
of marital experience
in marriage.
Yeah.
I've married since 2015, so at least that should tell you that I'm not a novice.
Exactly.
And there's a lot that we are saying from research, from experience, and from God's grace and His gift.
So, like I was saying before, Apostle awarded that very important spice there. Do well to contact this number. You are not going to meet someone who is going to be as, because that's the problem too, Apostle, which I think we didn't. You did mention it. We don't want the things to be said in the way they're supposed to be said.
Yeah.
We want things to be sugar coated. We want things to be coded. Why? It is what it is. It's sex, and it's supposed to be talked about the way it is supposed to be talked about. There's no way to go about it. If you feel your kids are too young, that's why there's a counselor. Go to a private room. He has an office. You guys are going to talk there. Please do not miss up this opportunity. Let this year be a year. Even a young lady, you may have been asking yourself the question, why am I 35 and I'm not yet married? Counseling is for you too, right? Counseling is not only when you have a man.
Yeah, so people made that mistake to say, I'm not getting a relationship.
No.
I don't need.
You even need a counselor more when you're single, because he gets to open your eyes to why all the things you're doing that are probably even attracting the wrong men, or you're attracting the men that are probably not what you really want. You understand? So you need the counseling. Once you are the right age, even your relationships with your friends, your family members, you need counseling for that. Please, counseling is for everything. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm leaving you all with that contact that Apostle Samuel gave. Apostle Lefford Divine gave you, and also his Facebook account, Lefford Divine. Please don't go and say hi, say I love your face, or say no. Go straight to the point. Who are you? Why you're texting him? Because he's got a lot of people getting into his DM. So you want to make sure that you catch his attention with what you are dropping in his DM. With that said, I want to thank Claudine Limbi and the broadcaster behind the cameras. I also want to thank Mr. Enoyo Humphrey for general supervision. For all of you who sent in questions and contributed on the program, a big thank you, especially to you, Mafani Rita. And I'll see you all next week on Wednesday. But as we go, we leave you in the company of beautiful programs still to come on High Television. Stay blessed, stay safe, and do not fall a victim. Bye-bye.